know your name, don't hide from me, 'cause I see all your pain. It's written in your eyes, you and I, we are one and the same. For better or for worse, our dreams are our curse. We are united in our pain. So tell me why we live like angels with no halos, walking blind. know your name, don't hide from me, 'cause I see all your pain. It's written in your eyes, you and I, we are one and the same. For better or for worse, our dreams are our curse. We are united in our pain. So tell me why we live like angels with no halos.
Hey!
Macarena.
I like it. I like long times. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the most explosive show on earth. It's Ring Warriors, the wrestling role-playing RPG. Created, produced, directed, designed, and hosted by the #1 man with the ironclad white pale tan, the X that marks the spot. If you don't know where that spot is, then you obviously haven't been looking at your treasure map, boys. Come on, that's how pirating works. Not saying I'm a pirate, by the way. Sorry, internet lords. But ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Don the Expert of Coles. Welcome to the stream, the game, and the fun times, where we wrestle our way to victory. I'm joined by the crew, and ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for a title match?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because tonight...
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, shut up, Vinny. There's always one.
I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen,
There we go.
tonight could be a huge night. We already have one champion in the party, being the Atlanta State champion, Lavanya, being played by Tash.
Yes.
But we could end up today seeing a second champion crowned, as we will have Liam Cyber O'Reilly going toe-to-toe against Boris McLaughlin, also known as Boris the Killer, for the British
Hello.
Strong Style Championship in a death match. But before we get to anything happening around this evening, quick recap for anyone that might have missed out on what's been occurring. So, our beloved party has travelled over to the United Kingdom. Over here, they have been tasked by Mike Knox, a former British champion, to take on the Strong Style champion and dethrone him, as he has been using his diplomatic immunity from the law to basically take advantage of life itself, to the point where he drinks himself senseless, beats the living crap out of people, and has even murdered people, but cannot be put in jail due to his championship reign. That reign must stop, but even though Liam was picked, McLaughlin did have the choice of match, and he's decided to put Liam O'Reilly in a death match for the Strong Style Championship. How that will pan out, we will soon find out, as we are here at the Royal SmackDown, being based at the Royal Albert Hall in London. Glorious arena with glorious fans in glorious fashion. So far, we have seen amazing matches featuring Lavanya, the Atlanta State champion, battling on against a mysterious opponent that she didn't know at first, that ended up being Robin Loxley, the same Azarian individual that helped them escape from the streets when they were running away from Mike Knox and his Sharky crew. We did see Eric get the beat down of a lifetime from Mike Jaws himself, as Eric has been carted away to the hospital. Will he survive? Have to find out. And we also saw Erg going toe-to-toe against Karatov, mighty Bulgarian fear of rabbit kind, as Karatov and Erg literally had a suplex contest, and Erg won. It was mad, it was crazy, and that leads us to now. And the now is that we are getting ever so close to our main event of the evening, but we're not there yet, as a big match opportunity is about to strike, as the next match features the one, the only, the fashionista, the model, the one with all the action figures and all the connections. It'll be Bumper. Ooh. Ah.
Just a little
Just
bit.
a little bit.
Yeah. I love it.
I love it.
So, Bumper, it is your time to shine. The ring is ready for you as you enter and get ready to enter the ramp going down to the ring. But how do you enter your match?
Don't know really. I don't
From
know.
that response, I just imagine you just sort of sidle out into the ring with your hands in your pockets, slouched over, just like whatever.
So I'm not here
Kind
for
of,
you.
yeah, kind of a little bit, like Dick Van Dyke is in Is it? Sort of like shuffles out.
Mm,
Great big long like fur coat.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly like that.
And then just turn around and like shimmy off the coat and throw it
Oh, damn.
and start walking down.
Like, you just throw it into the audience and be like, that's the only Prada you're wearing. Oh!
Yeah.
Nice. A glorious entrance for fabulous individuals. Step into the ring. Some of the guys in the audience are like doing wolf whistles because damn that Loplin. And they're ready for a fight of the ages. As you are in the ring, awaiting for your secret opponent to arrive. All of a sudden, you just hear this Caribbean Cuban beat suddenly hit the stage. The audience getting a little bit jaunty, a little bit jivey. Everyone's feeling the flow of the dance as coming onto the stage with rose petals falling from above onto the stage floor itself. It is none other than the Cuban Heartbreaker, Leon Starshine.
Everyone's sort of like, who?
I love it. So you're doing expressions going, who's this guy? I mean, come on. So you just see like this guy like just with a rose in his mouth, kind of like a suit but with no shirt on, just the jacket, just to show off like his etched six-pack chest. The tight trousers, going down the ring, doing a little bit of like a Cuban beaty dance as he's going down, reeling the audience in, using the sex appeal to good use, grinding a little bit for the ladies, all that jazz. And he steps into the ring, does a bit of a jivey. Yeah, what are your guys' reactions to seeing this opponent as you're watching in the back?
Well, any of us roll for what's it? To see if we know who he is.
Yes. Why don't you all do it? Smarts check, please.
Okay. Jesus! What did you roll?
I rolled a 10.
Cool.
I rolled a 19.
Nice.
I rolled my dice out of sight.
Shit.
I'll take this time to say hello, Gothic. Hope you're doing well.
I rolled an 18.
Nice.
Plus my I get advantage on I get advantage on that one because my gimmick.
Lovely.
So
Get
20, an unnatural 20. Thank you, Favor. Yes,
Lovely.
dirty
Okay.
20.
Pretty much all of you, apart from Liam, catch on to the Cuban Heartbreaker. So, what is the history of the Cuban Heartbreaker, Leon Starshine? Formerly just known as Leon Starbreaker, before he changed his name to Starshine. Leon was just a simple indie wrestler trying to make out on the scenes. He's elven, and being inspired by the man himself who runs wrestling in the world right now, he left his clans out in the woods in order to achieve wrestling glory on a world scale. But he didn't do so well. And the main reason was because he was just too normal. He was too plain. He was too average. He didn't have the X factor, the spark, to really go anywhere further in the business. He was stuck in his own skill set rather than having a gimmick. So he took some time out. And he thought to himself, the best way to have some time out with the money that he had accumulated whilst working the indie scene was to have a holiday out in Cuba. And whilst he was out there, he caught on to the music, caught on to the culture, and as a result, changed his gimmick, changed his name, and turned himself into the Cuban Heartbreaker, Leon Starshine, a man dedicated to becoming the best at being goddamn sexy. And as far as you're
Yeah.
aware, he hasn't held any major championship belts wherever he has been. He had a shot at the Cuban Championship, which is not an easy championship to get a hold of. And even though he has challenged against the Cuban champion, has never managed to actually claim the belt for himself.
Dun.
And there we go. Fun facts for all those smarts checks. Well done. So he enters the ring. As he enters the ring with a rose in his mouth, he actually throws the rose in his mouth towards you, Bumper, as a way of going, ladies. Whisking it over to your direction. What do you do as the rose flies in your general direction?
I will grab it. Grab it or catch it.
Nice. Tell you what, just to make sure if you do it or not, why don't you roll me D20? And how are you going to grab it? Are you grabbing it in like a
Hey, hang
fluorescent
on,
way?
I've not finished yet because if
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna grab it, what I'm going to do,
Ooh.
off the whole head, rain down on me, a la Sasha Velour.
Oh. I like. Well, I'll tell
Right,
you what.
so what am I rolling?
Tell you what. Why don't you roll the D20 plus your appeal to see if you can get that off?
20.
Nicely done. So with that, you're able to catch that rose, crushing the head of it, spattering the petals around you, looking fabulous yourself, as the audience is just going, "Ooh," over you instead of a Cuban Heartbreaker. He is not too chuffed. And needless to say, this fight is about to get hot. Not in that way, however. Just putting it out there. So, with that being said,
You've got
let's get ready to roll dice!
I love the fact you've got to put the disclaimer that it's not going that way, considering.
Yeah.
I mean, after what happened with Lavanya and that poor punk.
Literally,
So
I watched that
true.
back. That was quite an experience.
Okay, so let's roll our d20s and see how the initiative will go. That is not great.
Do you need me to do something?
Yes, you need to roll your d20 to see when we go. By the way... Oh! I apologise, by the way, for the people out there if my microphone level is a bit off. I don't know if it is or isn't, so by all means let me know in the chat, but it should be okay.
17.
Well, you're going first, because the Cuban Heartbreaker is so heartbroken by his rose being shattered, he only rolled a 5.
Ah, damn.
So, with that being done, the referee checks you guys over, sees if you're both alright, looks towards the bell guy and goes, "Ring the bell! Ding ding ding! It's time to fight! Bumper! How'd you start?"
I don't know really.
You have many a choice.
Like, sort of quickly on the spot. Instead of going propelling forwards, I'll propel backwards into the,
Into the ropes, yeah?
into the ropes. Give me a spring enough forward to backflip towards him,
Oh, yeah.
and then land a, foot down.
I land like your patented stomp kick.
Yeah.
I like it! Okay, I actually
Hitting
put that...
onto, like, the tips of his toes, like feet and what have you,
Oh...
to hopefully, like, knock him back.
Oh, damn. Now, I actually put that into the game now. And so what I want you to do with that then, if you're doing all of that jazz, it's a d20 plus your appeal to see if you can hit him. Let's go. Okay, you use that rope to gather momentum. Consider the flip. You go to land down onto his tippy toes, and instead you land just in front of him. You sadly rolled just lower than his AC before you hit. But now, you are basically standing directly in front of him. Your back towards him, front towards the crowd. The crowd just see you do like this epic backflip, and they're just going nuts. They don't even care if you hit the move or not. They're just like, yeah, talent! In fact, let's actually find out how the crowd reacted to that with a roll of the D. No, they really did enjoy it. They like it when a Loplin flips. Nice! Now, sadly, you missed your move, but is there anything else you wanted to do?
No, that's fine.
Okay, no worries. With that in mind, it is time for the Cuban Heartbreaker to break hearts. Let's see what he can do. Let me just get my own version of the player handbook ready, like I should have done at the beginning of that. There it is. Right, let's have a look. So, with the Heartbreaker kind of stunned that you perform this amazing feat in front of him, the crowd going mad at your flipping talents. He's getting angrier and angrier, believing in himself that no, the limelight is mine, not yours. And he is so aggressive that he's going to try and grab the top of your head and drive it down for a bulldog. Let's see if he manages it. And that will be a 16 versus your AC.
My AC is... Do I even have... Oh, my AC is 19.
Nice. So in that regard, he tries to grab your head and drive it down for a bulldog. However, he's doing this as you're trying to land the backflip. So he tries to jump forward and preempt the grab. However, you're bending over as you land. He misses completely, lands in front of you, and as you raise yourself back up with your arms up because you're fabulous, why not? The crowd are oohing and ahhing at you, laughing at him. And he is getting so much madder than he currently was. That what he's going to do is he's going to try and use his skill known as Artist to the Core. So what this means is his artistic approach to wrestling makes others jealous of his capabilities. And so... Oh, that's successfully performing an attack. Never mind, because he failed. What a wazzock. Needless to say, he's gonna like be on his knees, being so upset with himself. He's gonna start smacking the mat like a really like peed off child, just going no, 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 not how it's supposed to be. No. And while that's happening, Tash.
Hi.
Roll a d20. Let's see how the audience feel about this so far.
16.
The audience are digging it. They're loving the hype around Bumper, loving that they're just taking the shit out of Leon Starshine. As far as they know, you've even got people in the audience just going, Starshine, more like Spitshine.
Oh.
Oh, it's
Ouch.
not looking good for Leon, but it might be looking good for you, Bumper. Your move.
And whereabouts am I compared to him?
So you landed quite into the center of the ring at this point. Him failing to land the bulldog, he's now on his hands and knees directly in front of you. So like 5 feet in front of you at this point.
Am I sort of behind his or in front of his face?
Like you're kind of like
he's on
his
hands.
like where you're standing, you're looking down at him, and he's kind of like sideways onto you.
Okay, yeah. Can I use him as a springboard?
Oh,
and sort of jump up on his back.
Yes.
Like,
Smashing your feet down onto his back.
yeah, like he was like a trampoline or springboard kind of, like you would do.
Yeah, I like
Propel
that.
yourself up onto a,
Oh, I really like that.
what is it? Onto a horse, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, if that's how we're going to do this, we're going to count this as a double foot stomp. So, what you're going to be doing is, you're going to be rolling your d20 plus your cunning.
$26.
Oh, lordy lord. That roll. So, with that being achieved, you see him in a perfect position as your mind just goes, perfect, as you just use your momentum a little bit, jump off of the back of his head, get a good amount of height off, as you just drive both of your feet directly into his back, slamming him into the mat with full force. Now, for damage, that would be a d6, add your cunning to it, but because he had his hands and feet already down onto the floor out of pure frustration for himself, I'm going to let you add your favor to the damage instead of your regular stat.
So what am I doing?
So that's a d6 and then plus your cunning's favor instead of regular cunning.
That's my cunning. So it's D6 plus my cunning plus the favor.
Now that's plus your cunning's favor.
That's my cunning's favor. Okay. Hello.
So I was waiting for your damage call.
I did. I said it.
It didn't come through.
Yeah, 6.
Oh, 6? Okay. There's a lovely bit of 6 points. I will deduct that from what he has. Lovely. Driving your feet, him being smashed onto the mat with full force. The crowd feeling that pain as Leon Starshine himself is just going, ah! Just screaming into that pain with a little bit of a Cuban accent. Ooh. Ah.
Screaming in pain in Cuban accent. Wait a minute.
How does that work? How would you scream in pain in Cuban?
Yeah.
Leave a comment down below if you know.
Oh gosh.
Or maybe post your reactions on the Twitter page. And whatever works.
That
also works. I guess.
I imagine it being like some guitar just like ow.
Ow. I love it. So with that being done, is there anything else you wanted to do?
No, jump off his back, so I'm sort of back on the ring.
Yeah.
Down, so I'm sort of like I've jumped off of something and just.
No, it's like as if you jumped off him and just got back to your original position.
Yeah.
Very nice. We'll let that happen. You perform that move. It's like as if you do like a lovely jump backwards back into your original locale, and the crowd. Let's have a look with a quick die roll. Love it! Yo, they are going absolutely mental. They love this acrobatic nature of Bumper, the aerial maneuverability, El Stompo, some people may call it in Mexican or Spanish. And they are absolutely loving the fact that the Cuban Heartbreaker is literally having his heart broke. right now.
No. Bless his cotton socks.
There you go. So, with your move being done, let us find out what Leon himself is going to get up to. He will use half of his move to go from his flattened state, standing up, looking directly at you with his eyes poised onto getting revenge. But as he looks at you, something happens. He looks at you, and as he's looking at you, you just notice that like his eyes just seem to pop for a moment as he just grabs a hold of his mouth, and you just see it. You just see him like aching and quirking at his stomach to think that he's trying to stop himself like throwing up or something. You're not too sure. It's like as if he's about to hurl, when in fact he's just trying to fight back this sudden urge that he has coming around his body. And as his head goes down and his hands still over his mouth, his body still quirking and quivering around, all of a sudden it stops. His hands just suddenly like lose all their structure and weight, as if they were to just flop down to the sides of his body. His head staring up at you, and all you see is that his eyes have gone from the regular hazel colour that they were to his entire eye itself going pitch black.
Oh, snap.
As he looks at you, you just hear like this bestial it's like emitting from his mouth, as if he suddenly just let loose a locked beast that was inside of him. As he leaps towards you, grabs at part of your shoulder and part of the side of your head, trying to push your head over to one side to dig his teeth into your neck region. Let's see if he manages it.
Oh, no!
And that is a 22 versus your AC.
Oh, my AC's 19.
Youch. So he bites into your neck, the force of it just taking you by surprise, as the crowd just suddenly going like out of pure shock. The referee trying to literally pull him away, because if he bites for much longer, that is purely illegal. So what I'm actually going to do here, I'm rolling 2 separate die. Obviously one for the damage, but I'm also going to be rolling a D4, which will declare whether he stays in that bite long enough to be disqualified, or whether he snaps out of it quick enough to not get disqualified. Let's have a look and see what happens. First, the damage. Let's have a look. Okay, so the damage isn't too bad. If we have a look at his stat pool. So for the damage, he only manages to deal 6 points of damage. Not too bad at all. But is he disqualified?
Not too bad.
Let's find out. He is not. He keeps it on for a little bit, but quickly snaps off, as if suddenly Leon himself just regains control of like this bestial version of him. As he just looks at his own hands, sees a little bit of like blood coming out from his mouth, looks over towards you and just thinks, "Oh God, what have I done?" But at that moment, when he is committed to this act, his body starts quivering again, as out of his mouth just comes like this gaseous formation, as it just flows out in front of him, and it creates a ghostly-like figure of himself, directly in front of him and between him and you.
Oh.
Because this is when you start to realise this isn't a regular elf. You start to realise Leon Starshine is actually a blight elf.
He's
Meaning...
a Twilight elf.
he sparkles in the pale sunshine.
Literally all he is.
But effectively what he does is that as a blight elf, because he has his uber thirst for magic that consistently takes over him, because he has been able to bite you, he has created a magical husk that is now laying between him and yourself. That husk is able to commit to one attack before it vanishes. And that is exactly what he's going to attempt right now in front of you. But only you, because it is your blood, can see the ghost. The referee can see nothing. So because this is invisible to the ref, it is perfectly legal. And there's
Can I
no
just
way...
ask why nobody told me there was basically a necromancer?
It was there in the player handbook the whole time. It's called reading, Vinny. You should try it sometime.
Yeah, but like I embodied Erg when I made my character, and like it happened before I
Hey,
even read the book.
Hey, let's put it this way. Would you want to change Erg?
No,
Exactly. There you go.
no,
Yeah, Erg's a treasure. Bless him.
he's the biggest baby I've ever had.
Oh, the baby. Anyway,
And,
coming up next, we have this
if
ghostly
Liam
figure in
died-
front of you that creeps ever so much closer and closer, as it's like as if the ghost does a direct stare down with you, as if it's staring directly into your soul, out of a like Ghost Rider from Marvel. And as he does, you just suddenly feel like this urge coming about you, as if the ghostly figure is trying to put you into a Cobra Clutch. Let's see if he manages it. And that is a 20 versus your AC.
Da-da.
Oh no. Not a natural 20, mind you. It's just it's a dirty 20. That's the term. Okay, he gets that Cobra Clutch onto you, but because he only lasts for this one attack, the Cobra Clutch does not roll submission die. So it's not like it's locked onto you, but you feel as if that ghostly figure has locked you deep into a camel clutch to the point where for a split moment you lose a gasp of breath. As all of a sudden my D6 hits the floor, everybody do the dinosaur, and it deals, if I add this up, that deals a big wad of 14 points of damage.
Ow.
Oh, well, I'm dead then.
Are you?
My hit points are 18.
How are your hit points 18? You're level 3.
I don't know, they were never updated then. Hit points.
What's your constitution?
Toughness.
Well, the equivalent toughness. Thank you.
No, it's 3.
3. So you add 3 to a D12. Do that twice,
Yes.
and that's your actual hit points.
Yeah, update it quickly while we're here.
Roll a D12. Roll it twice. Then add 6, and then add that onto your current HP. Add that onto your current HP. Add onto your max and your current HP. That's your HP now.
That'll do. Accurate. Okie dokie. Right. So that was pretty darn hefty on you. Like, you're feeling it a little bit. And even the Cuban Heartbreaker himself, who was the only other person that could see that ghost committing to what he was doing, is looking at you as if, oh my god, what the hell? As if he's thinking, oh no, not again, because this is not the first time this has triggered about him. And the referee is just suddenly looking at you as you're out of nowhere gasping for breath. And the ref's just a little bit concerned, but as far as he's aware, he didn't see anything happen. Ooh, wow. With that being done, how are you guys reacting to this in the back?
Heck.
Earth's just watching the
That
He's
is.
completely oblivious to the fact that.
Can we? We
No,
can.
cuddling is rock.
No,
Yeah.
actually, I meant to say that last episode, and I forgot. When Erg exploded, his rock went into the crowd, and somebody stole it. But it's okay, because he actually found a D20 on the floor and thinks that's his rock.
Hey!
Hey.
Yes. Yeah,
Nice.
he's just playing with that in his hand right now, just oblivious to the fact that you're out of breath and anything's really going on in the match because no one's suplexing anyone and it's just not fun.
Fair enough.
Liam is looking at the match and is like, that is not normal.
I'm like, is Bumper choking on something? Like,
It looks like it, but I think nothing went into her mouth.
I mean, not that I know of, but maybe that guy did something to them.
Maybe. Can
Who
we
knows?
actually see the bite marks on Bumper's neck?
Tell you what, why don't you guys at the
Mhm.
back roll me a smarts check and see if you can?
Do you want me to roll it as well, just in case?
Yeah.
You never know.
If you want Erg to,
Sweet.
look, Erg can look.
He looks up because he hears the others talking about it and has a look himself.
He's like,
Right. Well, I rolled 17 plus my smarts, so 18.
Nice,
I rolled a dirty 20.
nice.
I rolled 17.
Okay,
Hey!
so yeah, you guys have obviously seen Bumper like now just like heavily breathing, as you do notice those bite marks and that small trickle of blood going down the chest.
Oh shit, did the bastard actually bite him?
Nah, it seems like it.
Why didn't he buy a burger? He must be
Good.
hungry.
Should we?
Like one of the patented burgers from Erg's Burgs.
I mean,
Should
By
we
now, they're cheaper than the
go-
production costs.
Should we actually go and get the ref to actually look at the thing that it's going with the rules?
I mean, we probably should.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys want to run down to the ring and see if you can't tell the ref this ain't
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Liam is
Yeah.
actually not just walking, he's running from the back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Can,
gonna follow.
can Erg throw him out the back so he gets there even further?
It's like launching Liam.
I'll launch him across just launch him the back. I don't go out myself. I just launch him out and see if he can just land it.
Like you just come up with a cunning plan, grab onto Liam, and you're just like yeet, chuck him
Yeah.
through the curtains. As all of a sudden you can just see like a wild Liam flying through the air.
Liam is going like a fucking Superman, like flying like a Superman.
I just got the image in my head of just like you see Liam flying up from the back as Erg just yells yeet and dabs off the road.
And this is when Liam becomes a flying fox.
Hey. So Liam, you're being chucked, but you're flying over to the floor too fast. Quickly,
Oh shit.
roll me a toughness check.
20 plus, let's see, 12.
Okay, you're being thrown so hard that when you're being thrown over, you're landing on the ramp. But you're landing on the ramp with such force that you try to land it, you kind of slow yourself down enough, but not quite, as the last little bit of momentum causes you to fly forward face first into the ground.
Ooh.
As you do take 6 points.
That's not good for his death match. Gosh darn it!
Not great.
Yeah.
As Lavania's just behind you,
Because Erg doesn't get it was bad.
and Lavania's just probably behind you, just checking on you first before they're getting you up to
Yeah.
check on the ref.
Yeah, I'm more or less doing that. I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay,
look, I'll get you patched up, buddy. But right now we have to warn the ref.
I've had worse. Just wipes off the if there is any blood and just wipes off and just keeps on going.
Cool beans. So you guys are now outside the ring at this point. How are you going to tell the ref about this?
Hey, ref, look at Bumper's neck.
Huh?
That isn't really how it should look.
I think that dude might have bitten into Bumper's neck. Might want to check it out.
Okay, so in order for you to convince the referee that he should be checking that neck properly instead, doing his job, why don't you both try rolling me an appeal check?
Okay, my appeal is that much. Okay, so
22.
Nice.
10.
Not so nice. Referee just completely disregards for champion, just thinking, champion bias. No. But does listen to Liam, and she's like, really? But
Yeah.
this is the trick. Bumper, this is your match. Your amigos have come down out of concern. But do you want to cover up the bite marks just so you can carry on the match? Or do you want to show them to the ref?
My bite marks. Yeah, I'll sort of play the victim and sort of roll over.
Just suddenly
Like
play the
pointing at the
victim and
neck.
be like, I quite like that actually. Let's do it.
Gone all watership down on me.
Oh no. So like as soon as Liam points out, the referee looks towards you, and it's like as if you've suddenly had a personality shift, as you're suddenly just going, it stings, the pain, the humanity. How am I going to sell action figures with bite marks? Like putting on this big charade to make the biggest deal out of it. You know what? Just while you're doing this, roll me an appeal check yourself. So that is a d20 plus your appeal.
D20.
Well, could it not actually have advantage on appeal on this one because everyone was about here?
Well, I tell you what, that's a very good plan. With your roll, add on your favor, your appeals favor instead of your regular appeal stat.
Sorry, what am I doing?
So with your roll, instead of just adding your base appeal, add on your appeals favor stat.
It's 3. So
Lovely. What will that give you in total? Sorry.
what? Add it onto that 12.
Okay, so that's 15. Nice. If that's the case,
Yeah, I'm saying, do I add it onto that 12? That was
yeah. Lovely. That's not too bad. Right, with that regard, you're putting on such a good act. Putting emphasis onto that, how painful, how demeaning that bite was. The referee comes over to check it out, sees the bite marks, sees like that odd bit of blood coming down, and then goes over like angry ref mode straight into the face of a Cuban heartbreaker, even giving him a push, just going, "Hey, what do you think you're doing? You don't bite down like that. That's just bad." Looks over to the bell guy. "Ring that bell. He's disqualified. Ring it. Ding, 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 ding." The Cuban heartbreaker is truly heartbroken. He is disqualified due to illegal use of Latif in his match. The winner by disqualification is Bumper.
Dun.
And that
That's
does-
funny. Actually, that is my actual text tone right now. Is just the initial victory fanfare from Final Fantasy VII without the sort of the XP menu afterwards.
Nice.
I know, right? It's great.
Brilliant. So with that in
Mine's
mind,
horrible histories.
nice. It's a good shout. Very good shout.
Mhm.
So with that in mind, you have successfully won the match. Referee raises your arm. Your party members around you are really chuffed to bits. The Cuban heartbreaker himself, again, just putting on a huge strop. Just going, no, 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 no. Just going on his hands and knees again, smacking the mat. As the crowd, why don't I give it a roll and find out what's happening? They did enjoy this match. They didn't entirely. They thought it was completely fair that the person who was in the wrong got the DQ. Some people are really disgusted by the actions of Leon Starshine. Will you see him in the future? Will he ever wrestle again? It's questionable at this point after those actions. Ooh, ah. So that being said, you guys are then escorted to the back. Bumper has won, and immediately as you go to the back bumper, there are like a few guys that want to go up to you and offer you a couple more deals for action figures.
Yep.
Do you accept?
Well, sure.
Nice. They're already quite hyped about your current action figures, but they just had a brainwave of an idea for your next collection. So they've taken your signatures on board, and you may be receiving some profit in the near future.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've had an immediate idea for what that line of action figures is.
And what would your idea be?
Figures. And so I don't know whether you ever knew, but on like Barbie dolls and that, they had like water activated ones.
Yes.
Would show up on them. What you call it? Now bumper doll with water activated bite marks.
Oh,
See, I had
Ooh,
I had a
nice.
different thought that it could be like now with real blood splatter, I just squeeze it, a little bit of blood comes out.
like a little squirt poot when you squeeze.
It's like it comes with a special red dye that you put in water, and you put it in the back, and you can squirt it out.
And my little bumper. But
Nice.
instead of feeding me peas, you a glass of wine.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love it. I love it. Like my little bumper series 2 available soon. A great job nonetheless. Even with the party coming in for the assist, make sure you mark that down as a win. As ladies and gentlemen, it is time. The battle that everyone has been waiting for in the entirety of the UK and beyond. It is time to potentially crown a new champion, as it is time for a death match.
Oof.
So as the death match is being announced to the audience in the stage, you guys can hear that they are going through the rules of the death match itself. So you have the announcer in the middle of the ring with his microphone, and he states this to loud enough so that all the audience can hear. Coming up next is a death match for the United Kingdom Strong Style Championship. The rules of the match are as follows. 2 competitors will fight it out in the ring in a no disqualification bout. The winner is determined by death. The last wrestler standing will be the Strong Style Champion. So, as it is time for curtain call, and Liam, you're being called up. Before you go, do any of you guys want to give him some advice or some good words?
We'll take him to one side first, put his hand on his shoulder, apologise for the throw, and then just have you tried suplexing? It always works, in my opinion.
I love
We'll
it.
see.
I would like to use my first aid kit on them to at least heal some kind of damage. Come on, like you took like 6 points of damage. Yeah, that's not good enough.
It's all I can do.
Oh,
Is
man.
how to punch.
Yeah, and
Sometimes I wish I could punch the bad feelings away.
oh,
Aw.
Okay, if you want to use like your little patch-up kit to see if you can't like get him back up to full strength quickly before he goes out there, roll me a d6 and add your toughness on top.
okay. So it should be good anyway. 12. There you go. You're back to full health.
Nice. Rise back to full height, as all you really do is just patch up his nose, make sure there's no blood coming out of it, clean it up so it looks real nice. done.
Yeah.
I imagine there's also a little bit where you'll do a mum moment, you like spit on a tissue and just wipe his face.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
I'm going to a death match here. Hey.
You got to scrub up nice.
People going, this is all the more to look nice.
Hey, if you're gonna die, we're gonna make you look nice.
So,
Yeah.
by the way, I think I had a little saving problem last time. So I think it was 2 out of 3 wins for me. If I'm not
Let me see.
entirely wrong. Or was it 1 out of 3?
No, it's 1 out of 3 at the moment because your first win would have been back of a bar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if you win this, that'll be win number 2.
Sweet.
Because everyone's on 2 at the moment, so you gotta keep it up. Anyway, no pressure.
Just
pressure.
believe Erg will hand you his rock. You know how important that is to him. It's a good luck charm for the match. He likes
Yo.
you.
And as he's preparing, he's pulling on a black leather jacket
Nice.
and taking a crowbar with him.
Good move.
I was
Walking-
gonna. I was
Walking
gonna say,
down to
I think
walking down to the ring with the entrance music.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Well, I mean, before like while Lavanya sort of like repairs his wounds and that, I'm like, you better come out of there alive, otherwise, you know what I'm gonna do with that Ouija board.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Good. Then you know you're gonna try hard.
Yes. Hey, if I don't try hard, I'm dead.
Yeah, more or less. All the more
Yeah.
reason to win this fight.
it
Indeed.
could be worse.
How could it be worse?
You could be dead and not famous.
Yeah, true. I'm going to be famous anyway.
Brilliant. Okay, your entrance begins. You're going down the ring in that black jacket, crowbar. People will just get like mega hyped for this match because they know what Boris is like, and this is going to be a bloodbath potentially and
Yes.
literally. So once you've entered the ring, Boris comes out, but he doesn't come out normally because of his wild nature. He comes out he comes out to the ring being accompanied by 2 men in white like lab coats as he is strapped to a board like top to bottom in a straitjacket like struggling to stay on as he's just fighting his way out of it, giving like everyone around him like this crazy man stare, as it's like as if he has been just itching to get out of this for like the past few hours, being stuck in there as if he's a wild animal.
That's cute.
Like, he comes down to the ringside. They one by one take off his straps and loosen up his straitjacket as he just rips his straitjacket off. Like jumps onto the ring apron, heads into the ring, looking malicious towards the audience, not even caring about you at this moment in time and just concentrating more so on them until he readies himself, looks over towards you, and as you guys are brought a little bit closer, as he raises his championship and reluctantly passes it over to the referee, he stares into you as you're like face to face with one another and the stare down. And all you hear from him is really, by the time I'm done with you, mate, you're gonna be on a bloody body bag.
We'll see. Many have said that before, and still here I am.
he just growls very angrily as if he don't want to talk, he want to punch. The referee already stopping him from doing anything further as he asks him to go back to one of the corners. You go back to your corner. Initially, you guys are just checked to make sure you don't have any weapons on you to begin. Even though you have your crowbar's directly behind you at this point while referees are doing their basic checks. if you do have weapons on you, it's fine. But what they're going to be doing is they're going to be putting them like around the ring or just like on the apron, sitting there, ready for collection, as if you've got to fight for them whilst you're fighting each other. You're not. Are you carrying anything else secretly, or is it just mostly your crowbar on hold?
I'm actually carrying some yellow ancient material.
Oh. This ancient yellow material. Like, the referees find it and just go, it's just yellow material. I just think that's padding. Oh, I'll put this back. Just puts it back where you've hidden it. Not really giving two cruds of it. Meanwhile, with Liam, you notice that, like, his like elbow pads. Sorry, not Liam. Boris. His elbow pads are being checked over, and as his elbow pads are being checked over, you just see that the referees are just showing like, okay, he's got an iron plate in this one, he's got an iron plate in this one. Checks the knee pads. Okay, he's got some iron plates in these. Checks his boot. You check his boots, and it's like, okay, so he's got flash powder, he's got like fire powder, he's ready to just unleash fuckery, and it's gonna be mad. Needless to say, they've done the checks. You're ready to go. Let's get rolling.
An initiative it is.
Bloody hell, Boris! What are you doing?
How much did Boris roll?
Well, he's so mad. He's even mad what he rolled. He rolled a 5.
I rolled a 6.
Nice. It's only just begun.
Yeah.
So with that being done, the referee calls for the bell. Ding, ding, ding. It is time to begin as Liam.
Yeah.
Start this off.
And Liam actually starts his turn with taking the yellow powder
Yep.
out, and he just opens it and chucks it in his mouth and just spits it at Boris.
Oh, damn. Oh, the classic. Oh my god, the yellow powder! Oh damn! The crowd already like getting hyped. We're going, oh damn, weapon time, boys. Okay, with the yellow powder, I believe I have that on the move list. Let me check-a-roo, because of course it's all legal. It's all legal. Here we go. Yellow with L powder. Here we are. Okay. So with that, I have to roll a toughness check versus it.
Yes.
So with that in mind, do I hit it? Ooh, 12.
Ooh.
Versus the required 13.
Yes.
Needless to say, it goes through, and it takes over Boris. As he's like, it gets a bit of a coughing fit out of it. And he is left with a lingering mark applying to them. Roll me a d4, please.
2.
Okay, I will put the 2 on my side so I keep tabs of it. So for the next 2 turns, the opponent is struck by lightning after the next 2 turns, which will deal 6d6 damage when it occurs.
Oh,
Just make sure you're not in a 15-foot circle.
That's why I asked how large the ring is.
Okay, so very fair play. So you've gone straight into his face in order to do this. You've moved forward and done your attack function in order to spit that into his face. I'm going to pretty much say that's your turn there, unless you have any bonus functions with any of your style skills.
I'm actually going to go with the fan favorite.
Whoa! Now, fan favorite. Oh, hee haha. I just need to get that on my players handbook. No, it's above that. This is when you know you've worked on this so long that you don't actually remember what pages are which.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Ah, here it is. I know because there's a table involving animals. Yay! Okay, so yes, the fan favorite, the luchador talents are loved by everyone, and that love echoes through your soul. For level 3, you can appeal to the crowd or people around you in order to get them onto your side. Opponents within range must roll an appeal die versus your appeal, so I will grab my d6. If they roll lower than your appeal, they become one of your trusted fans for the remainder of the encounter, and during this time you can control them during your turn to perform moves of your choosing, as long as it is within reason. Right, let's have a look. So what is your appeal?
My appeal is 3.
Okay, I need to roll 3 or higher. I roll a 6.
Oh,
He's not taking any of your fan favorite crap. Like, you're trying to woo the audience, and as a result, you're trying to woo him as well. As he just, like, gets, like... he gets that powder out of his face, not really understanding what he did. And she's like, fuck you, like! As it's his time.
Only the beginning.
It is his time to shine. What he does is, out of frustration, he looks at you and walks up to you, so he's like face to face with you. He just goes, "Ooh, look, a piece of candy!" And with that, he's going to try and make you turn around. So, why don't you roll me a d6, and I want to see if you roll higher than his appeal to see if you are convinced or not convinced to turn around. You rolled a 4. Boris's appeal is god-awful, so of course you're unaffected by this. You just stare at him just going like, no, I'm not falling for that trick. It's like, well...
That's the oldest trick in the book.
It just goes, well, it was worth a try. As he just go, and as whilst you're distracted by that, he goes to kick you in the groin.
Ooh.
That groinial kick. Can he manage it? That is an 18 versus your AC.
Miss.
Oh, okie dokie. He goes for a kick on the groin, but you're one step faster than that. It's like as if you see it coming and you take a quick step backwards in order to dodge it, moving back forward in order to get into your original position. Just giving him the face as if to go, try harder than that. Which he might. As out of frustration, he's just like gathering his fists as he goes for like a smashing elbow with his iron-plated elbow pad going towards your face. See if he lands that one. Oh, that's awful. He only rolled a 12 versus your AC.
Miss.
So he's going to like swerve his elbow. It's like as if some of that powder got into his eyes as he just wildly swings that elbow out of a reaction. And you just swerve backwards. And just a little bit more snarkiness, and a little bit more smarkiness. Haha, I like.
Try harder.
There you go. Now, with that being done, Christy! Roll me a d20.
On.
The fans are not too big in this so far.
What was the roll? Sorry, I can't see them.
1.
There you go.
Ooh.
So the fans, if anything, they're not liking this so far because they've been hyped up to this whole idea that Boris the Killer is supposed to be like a madman that drives his opponents down right off the bat. And at the moment, he's just been kind of like dazed, confused, and missing everything. And so with that in mind, the fans just go like, "You call this guy Boris the Killer? Did you get the right person?" Ooh. But they're also booing at Boris, not necessarily at you, Liam. And with that in mind, it is your turn again. I will move the submission die to 1.
This time, Liam is actually going for the grow bar.
Oh damn! So you just pick up your crowbar, ready to rock.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And how would you like to use said crowbar?
I would like to drive it through his heart.
Oh damn!
Oof.
Try and stab that thing like with the sharp end of the crowbar.
Yes.
Roll me a d20. See if it works. And because you're using a crowbar with the sharp end, and you got that killer
13.
intention, why don't you use your power modifier on that?
So
Power stat,
that's
sorry.
15.
Lovely. You miss!
Oh wow.
As you take that crowbar and you go to drive it straight into his heart, it's like as if he grabs at it, just out of pure force, stopping you from driving it anywhere close to his chest. And as he's grabbed onto it, he's just giving you this massive grin on his face, as if to go, "Yes, that's right, isn't it? You got your own killer inside of you, don't you?" That's it.
Boris, I just want to say to you one thing.
What's that, lad?
You know that the electricity conducts the metal conducts electricity quite well.
Well, why are you gonna say that?
Oh, snap!
Well, this is
Well,
You're a
you will
crafty
see.
bastard.
okay.
Well,
I'm gonna-
you will see soon
I'm gonna
enough.
make I'm gonna make that your turn because you went to grab the crowbar, which was a ways away, to get back to him to try and drive it.
Yep.
Whilst you guys are in this grabbed state,
Mhm.
Boris is going to try and yank the crowbar from you. To try and do that, he's going to roll a d6 and see if he can't roll higher than your power. What is your power?
Okay. My power is 2.
Okay, so he's got to roll higher than 2 to jack that crowbar from you. See if he does. Oh wait, it would help if I actually rolled it on the bit that I was supposed to. He rolls a 4.
Ooh.
So he takes that crowbar from your hands, brings it into his own hands, and he's just like, "Ha ha!" And just goes to like with like the hooked end of the crowbar, just goes to like want to smack you across the shoulder. To see if that works. He crits.
Ooh. So
And as he smacks that crowbar into your shoulder, you can just hear a like in your shoulder as that cracking of your bone just echoes throughout your body as that sharp ringing sensation begs into your ear and your crippling pain takes over you. Let's see what this does damage wise. Hot damn. So that's going to be doing that plus, oh my god. Shit.
Plus, oh my god.
Okay, so it's let me. This is when I need my calculator. So let me do this. So that is that plus that. Okay, and then I roll this. Okay, and then it's that plus that. You take 23 points of damage.
Ooh.
Jesus.
So 33 minus 23 is 10.
And because you were smacked by a crowbar, roll me a d20 and add your toughness onto it for a moment.
Just a moment. That's 16.
Okay, that's not too bad. You only just managed to reach the number I was looking for on that one. With that to say, even though like the bone of your body is just heavily smacked by that crowbar, you can feel the pain, but you are going to be able to move through that pain without any serious damage being done to your shoulder. You are okay. If you want to define taking 23 points of damage okay.
Yeah.
And at that moment in time, it's like as if he sticks the crowbar at you, as if he's pointing at you with it, and just going, "Welcome to my house, laddie. You'll never get my belt."
Okay.
And as he
Just
says
a
that,
question.
oh, go ahead, Erg.
Just a question: Is there? So there is no DQ in this match whatsoever.
No.
So
You're
if
correct.
another wrestler was to come out and sneak attack, for example,
There is a problem
Basically-
with that. The problem with
Yeah.
that being that there are security guards guarding the entrance to the ramp. And those security guards have the strict ruling that no wrestlers are to provide support to any of the guys in the death match.
oh, so yeah, Erg would have to run pretty fast at them to get past them. Okay, maybe. Okay, never mind.
No worries. But, in the meantime, since you were so eager to get down there, why don't you roll me a d20 and see what the audience are thinking of the moment?
I rolled a 17.
Okay, so the audience are going like crazy mad after seeing that crowbar smash across your shoulder, thinking, "Oh my god, that was savage!" Ooh! And as they're getting hype, it's like as if all of a sudden the darkness overtakes the ring, and a sudden cloud-like formation somehow forms inside Royal Albert Hall, as a bolt of lightning smacks through the roof of the Royal Albert Hall, strikes Boris, and electrifies Boris to the point where all you see are like flashes of him being struck pure by lightning. But because you're close to him,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to ask you to roll me a toughness check right now.
Oh, come on, Liam. Do it.
As I start rolling die.
Don't make me get that Ouija
17.
board out.
Nice. 17, cool. Let me just roll 6 of these. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5. And 6. Brilliant. Let me just check the move on the movement. Yeah, 66 damage to them, and half the damage within a 15-foot circle. Okay, so Boris, being struck by lightning, receives 15 points of damage.
Oof.
Nice.
So let me just calculate that for him quickly. So if I do... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, takes him down to that. Minus the 10 as well. He is now on okay. Okay, so he's sitting on that. Because you succeeded in your toughness roll, you take half of that. So if I divide that by 2, you will take 7 points of damage.
So I'm down to 3.
Oh, come on.
Oh shit.
I'm looking kinda bad.
But like you see Boris, and it's like as if he's a little bit singed by this, but it seems as if that crowbar of his took more of a shock than he did. And luckily for him, he might have actually been prepared for this because the rubber of his feet did help him absorb some of that damage. So although he is a little bit singed and a little bit smoky, he's still ready as he looks towards you. He's just like, even Mother Nature can't defeat this killer, laddie. Now what
Are
you
you sure?
now, what you gonna do, Liam?
I am actually going to go drop on my knees and just low blow him.
Oh, yo. Just like, you lower to your knees as if to feel like, oh no, I'm not worthy. I'm guessing you're low blowing as like an uppercut with your arm.
Yes.
Lovely stuff. In that regards, D20 plus your power, please.
Low blow is cunning,
I'll do that then.
actually.
That works.
$25.
Nice. That low blow rocks the stage as it is felt by every man in the audience. It clocks into Boris. I just hear him go, "Woo!" and the crowd are like, "Woo!" Just seeing that low
Everyone's
blow
holding
being
their
applied.
nuts.
Okay.
Erg himself crossed his legs and went, "My boulders."
Roll me the damage, please.
Okay, so that's or be stunned for 1d4 rounds.
Yes, so
Which,
I believe that's a toughness check for me.
yes,
I feel like I need to roll a
DC
toughness check
13.
on that one. Oh.
He hits it with a roll of 17.
Okay. Or be stunned for 1d4 turns. So,
Yes. So because he made
let's
the
see.
save, he's not stunned, but he still takes the damage.
okay, so that's, is it...
That'll be a d6 plus your cunning.
1d6 plus that, and it is 11!
Oh, nice. So he will take 11 points of damage from that one. Lovely. He is down to this. Step on here. Lovely. Brilliant. Okay. He's been smacked. He is in a bent over state.
Mhm.
And as he is in this position, if now, do you want to stay where you are, or is there anything else you fancy doing, or?
I'm actually going to jump off the ring.
I should like jump to the outside, or?
Yes.
Lovely. You take this opportunity while he has been low blowed to jump out to the outside of the ring, hanging nearby the apron, just keep staying in anticipation for what he's about to do next. Boris. First things first, because he has been whacked in the balls. His anger levels just seem to increase as he stares at you. He just throws away the crowbar, just thinking that's not going to do the job. As he comes out of the ring as well, staring at you, wanting to grab you. Let's see if that works. Let's have a look. Well, it's probably not going to do too great. There's only a 16 versus your AC.
Miss.
No worries. So he tries to go for the grab. You guys like do a collar and elbow tie up, but you're able to like push him out of it, as if to go, "No, mate, you gotta try harder than that." And so because of that, he's like, "Try harder, eh? Oh, I'll give you harder." He just like looks under the apron for a split moment, pulls out a kendo stick, and just goes to like stab you with the kendo stick.
Okay.
Which is a 20 versus your AC.
Ooh, it actually hits.
That's a dirty 20, not a crit.
Yeah.
I know.
So, dirty 20, so... what was the number on the dice?
For the dirty 20, let's have a look. I can't tell you that. I'm a GM. I can withhold information. You cheeky devil.
Because my AC is 19, so...
Whoa. Only just then. Okay. With that in mind, he stabs with a kendo stick. When being stabbed with a kendo stick, even though it's quite well made, isn't so much sharp as it's just like blunt. So when you're being stabbed by it, it's quite forceful. It's kind of like taking a rubberized bullet into your gut, especially with the kind of force he's applying. As it takes you on, it goes straight into your gut, as you're like, ooh, bent over by it. The damage, if I have a look at it, that is going to be... Let's do that maps a little bit. Bang, bang, boof. Oh, that's 13 points of damage.
Oh.
And Liam is dead.
Well, you're knocked down at this point in time. So,
Okay.
Liam.
Can Erg try at this moment to rush the stage?
Bear with me, because Liam's got to make his death saves.
Okay.
So, death saves basically work like D&D. So you have to roll a
Okay.
series of 3 die back to back of one another right now.
Okay, so one
And-
d20s.
Yep, just flat d20s, no stat boosts on them. And I will ask you to roll these one at a time. For every
Okay.
failure, if you roll 3 failures in a row, you're
Okay.
dead.
17.
And you're up. It's okay. So what happens is, because this is a death match, and how the death match works, because obviously you die when you lose when you die, basically. How many health points below 0 are you?
I'm minus 10.
Okay, so what you can do is you're level 3. So what I want you to do is roll me 3 d12s and add your toughness stat once.
So, 1d12 first. Let's d12 and last one, and I'm adding the for this one. Was it toughness?
Yeah, your toughness.
12 plus 4. Okay, I have rolled
Okay, so
3d.
how much did you get overall?
5, 15, 26.
Okay, you regain that many hit points.
Okay, so I'm up to 16.
Yeah, very good. But because you were driven to death, you are faced first on the mat.
Okay.
It's like, think of this as like your second wind.
Ah.
And with that being done, Tash,
Hi.
D20 please for how the audience are reacting to this.
15.
Okay, so the audience are hype. Like they see that jab from the kendo stick and almost see you go down for good. As you just heard them like kind of bring you back up as they were just going Liam, 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 Liam. They're just trying to get behind you, trying to keep this match going. And the power of the fans just gives you that second wind to get back in there and do them proud, as well as yourself. Now,
Okay.
it is your turn. So you are face first on the mat. So to get back up, you'd have to use half of your move to get up.
Okay. I use half my move to get up.
Lovely, well done. You are up on your feet.
Yes. And I am going to grab a weapon because now this is personal.
Okay, you flip up the apron. There is a lot to choose from. Now, are you going to pick at random, or are you going to have a proper look and see what's underneath here?
I'm going to grab a random weapon.
If that's the case, roll me a d6. Just a flat d6.
That's 6.
Okay, with that being done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Liam, your random hands guide true as you pull out a ladder. You pull out.
If I would only have rope.
Oh yes. So you pull out the ladder. The ladder is about a good length wide, as if it's like two of you side to side to one another in length. As a little thing as well, can you roll me a d6, please?
Okay.
It's another flat one.
That's another 6.
Lovely. So that ladder you can use 6 times before it breaks.
Okay.
Nice.
And
Okay.
I think Boris is right next to me.
God damn it, Tash. Stairway to heaven. Yes, at this moment in time, you pulled out the ladder. You're face to face with Boris, As Boris is just looking at a ladder and thinking, ladder versus kendo stick? This ain't gonna bode well.
I am actually going to hit Boris with the ladder.
Lovely. Are you gonna hit him in any specific way? Like hit him like with the horizontal part of the ladder, or are you gonna turn it like sideways and bang him with like the blunt top end of the ladder?
I'm going to bang him with the blunt end of the ladder.
Lovely. That's the case. Can you roll me a d20 and add your power on top, please?
Okay, just a moment. That's 17.
That's just not quite enough.
Damn.
As Boris sees that ladder, like you turn it sideways and drive it towards him, he sees it coming his way as if he like uses the kendo stick as kind of like a parrying tool as he puts it between himself and the ladder, turning sideways as he does in order to avoid that blow being thrown in his general direction. Oh no. Now, it's at this moment in time, Liam, that I would like to inform you of something special about your ladder.
Okay.
For you see, if you wish to attack with your ladder will do normally a d6 worth of damage plus whatever I would deem it to use. However, as a bonus function, you can set up your ladder.
I'm actually going to set up the ladder between me and Boris.
Brilliant. So it's kind of like you've made him go sideways, and then as you've pushed it out, you turn it vertical, extend the ladder outwards, and the ladder is now standing tall, a good 10 feet high, as it is between you and Boris. With now an erect ladder up, the fans are going. Let's have a look. Absolutely insane, because now a ladder's in play. Way! Everybody loves the ladder. Okay. Now I'm gonna count that as your turn for that one, but that was very good. I do like a good ladder. Boris. Let's see what he's gonna do, because now he's stuck between a ladder and that's about it. So what Boris is gonna do is he's going to climb the ladder.
Okay.
He's going to climb the ladder to the top, and as he climbs the ladder to the top, he's just going to look at you and just going, "Hey, Fox Boy, incoming!" As he just throws his kendo stick down at you.
Okay.
And that will be a 22 versus your AC.
Whoa, it hits.
Oh no.
Oh, scheiße.
God damn.
He's throwing it. He lobs it. But he's not too, like, even though he's got a good arm when he's like throwing punches or using a weapon in momentum, throwing it doesn't seem to do as much, and he doesn't put as much force behind it. Only does 2 points of damage to you.
Okay.
Wow. Wow, Boris, wow. Are you a killer or a lightweight? Make your mind up.
Yeah, Boris.
And now Boris will be standing on top of a ladder, taunting the crowd around him, sticking up middle fingers around them all, as if in a massive attempt to piss them off. And even like spouting things like he hears some of the audience members booing him, and he's like, "Yeah, that's right, boo me like the shitlords you are. You haven't murdered 3 men and got away with it now, have you?" Sticking faces in them and everything, as if he.
Erg's just shouting in the back room, "You suck! No suplexes!"
Oh no. So with that being done, let's see what you're going to do, Liam.
I am going to take the hold of the ladder and I'm just going to pull it sideways so Boris will fall down
Oh no.
with the sheer amount of his weight as gaining momentum and doing damage.
Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to roll me a power check to see if you can push over the ladder.
Okay.
Bearing in mind Boris is on it.
So that's D20 plus my power.
Yes.
Okay. 13.
Okay, you rolled a 13. I'm going to see what Boris does about that. Okay, you try and shake the ladder to eventually push it over. Boris is using his weight to counteract the shake, keeping the ladder upright as he's like sticking faces at you now, just going, "Oh, the old push over the ladder trick. You gotta do better than that." No, I'm actually going to count that as a bonus function.
Okay. I am going to actually find more of that yellow material
Okay.
and just gonna blow it in his face.
Okay. You will have to climb the ladder to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. You climb that ladder, readying up some powder, as you, again, into his face from your mouth. Does it affect him? Let's find out. Oh! Only just being 1 point below the check again. As it goes into his eyes again, he's like, not again! As we're kind of like, oh god. Does this mean it's another thunderstrike? Oh my lord! Okay, so bearing that in mind, roll me a d4.
That's 3.
Okay, he has 3 turns before he is thunderstruck.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Thanks, Vinny.
No worries.
I was expecting someone. And
Yeah.
so, with that in mind, you're now on the ladder with him. He's angry. He's got some powder in his eyes. He's not too happy. But he doesn't care whether it is linked to the thunder or not, because he's not smart enough to even know about that. He's smart enough to know that him on ladder plus you on ladder equals someone falling off ladder and damage occurring. So let's find out. So what he's going to try and do is he's going to try and grab you whilst you're on the ladder.
Okay.
And my lord, he critically fails.
Yes!
Damn.
So what he tries is, out of pure rage after having the powder thrown into his face, he puts all of his body forward trying to grab you. You keep your body relatively low on the top of a ladder as he swings his arms out, but he swings his arms out so hard that he starts falling towards the side of the audience, where there's quite a sizable gap between where the ladder is and where the audience barricade is. He falls down, and as he falls down, he clocks the side of his arm onto the crowd barrier as the audience directly in front of him sees that, notices a pop, as they're just like, whoa! That he did a savage landing. Let's see what happens, shall we? Bearing in mind with the fall that he had, he takes 12 points of damage.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay, so that is... 1, 2... he is on... Okay. He has taken 12 points of damage, and he is classed as down. As he is writhing in pain on the floor. His turn is over, and I want to know how the audience is doing. Christy! Roll me a d20, please.
Five. Oh no, sorry, that was a D6. But 18.
Okay, the crowd are going nuts. As far as they're aware, Boris has fallen down, done some severe damage to himself. Liam's on top of a ladder, and now everyone's like, oh my god, he's on a ladder, he's down there, oh, what's gonna happen? Liam, what is gonna happen?
Liam is going to jump on Boris.
Now, with you jumping on Boris, what are you doing as your jumping attack?
Just a moment. I'm going to See.
as he consults the move list.
Yes.
Can I just can I throw in a suggestion that you basically Superman right into his crotch?
Yeah. I'm going to do that.
Bloody hell! It's just gonna be like a Superman punch directed down into his crotch.
Yes.
Let's do it.
I can imagine, like, if Liam does hit, like, he just, like, lands the punch and there's just this shockwave, like, that emanates throughout, like,
Oh yeah.
the Albert Hall, like a...
Every
like,
single
rumble.
man, if this connects, every single man's gonna have to roll a toughness check.
So you get to roll me because he's downed. It is a D20. It is plus your power, but it is your favor.
Okay. So
I kind of want you to crit this.
I to...
7.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, fudge.
really? How much is
Yeah.
your favor for that?
Power 3.
My power is 2, so favor is 4, and harm is 1.
Damn.
Ouch. So
If
with
it would
that,
have been
you
cunning, it
you
would have
take
been
your
so much
jump.
better.
You jump off. You dive. The crowd are going ah as they see you jump down, and you miss to a point where you take 5 points of damage on the miss.
Ouch.
As you just land badly because you didn't land on him. The crowd are just like, oh, come on! That was pathetic! Woo! Now, because you were jumping off of a ladder, I'm going to count that as a bonus function for you.
Okay.
Ooh.
But bearing in mind the Boris is still downed, if you want to do something, you can.
I am actually going to make sure he stays down until the lightning bolt hits.
Ah, yes, because it is now on 2 as of your turn.
Yes. I am going to use. I'm actually going to use black Asian
Ooh.
mist.
Asian Mist Black.
Actually,
Asian?
sorry, blue.
Over blue. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
let's see if
blue.
this works out. Right, DC 13 check. Doesn't hit it. I'm going to add harm onto this. Oh, wow. 12 versus the DC of 13.
Again.
Again.
We will roll,
This is the third time.
and you know how there. You know how there are. Well, tell you what. Roll me a D4.
Okay. Oh, crap. That's a wrong button. Sorry, just a moment. D4. 1.
He is asleep for 1 turn. So it's like as if you sprayed him with blue mist. As he's like, oh. As he just goes into like into the sleep zone. He effectively skips his turn as it rotates back to yours. So you just have a free turn to yourself,
I am actually going to.
which brings the counter to 1.
I am actually
Run
going
away.
to run away from
Okay.
a 15-foot radius.
Okay, so what you're going to be doing is you're going to run into. Most likely going to now when you're running away. Would you run away to one of the sides, or would you run back into the ring where it's safer?
I will run back into the ring.
Okay, you run back into the ring, like standing in the center. As you turn around, you put yourself into a pose just in case. As you know, Thunderstruck is coming in just a moment. Needless to say, Boris is going to go onto the wake up, and as he wakes up, he looks over to his arm still. He's just like, ah, God, that still hurts. And he's going
Boris,
to. Ooh.
look above you.
It's like, oh, so what, lad? There's already one hole in the ceiling. As far as I'm concerned, nothing else is going to happen. He's going to try and stand up because he's got a bit of a
Okay.
battered arm and he's downed. So he's going to roll to try and do that. And he only just manages to do it using part of the fan barricade in order to stand up. He kind of like hobbles over to where the ring is. But because of his bad arm, climbing onto the apron to get into the ring is going to be a bit of a challenge. So I'm going to see if he can manage it or not. He is able to get onto the apron. So he's able to bring himself up. He's on the apron. He's like giving you that evil stare as he's holding onto the ropes. And then, can he get into the ring? Bearing in mind his arm is quite bad. Well, his arm is so bad. They're trying to like open up the ring ropes a little bit just so he can fit through. Just spikes a shot of pain down his arm as he stops himself from actually climbing into the ring. Staying at a safe enough distance away from yourself as the crowd can see like a couple of raindrops come through the hole that's already in the roof of the Royal Albert Hall as another bolt of lightning creates another hole and zaps the top of him yet again. Now you're out of range of the damage, so you don't have to roll the save. Let's see how much damage the killer will take. Let's have a look. Okay, so it's 6d6, starting with that one, then that one. You can already tell this is more damage from what was rolled last time.
Damn.
That one, then that one. It's actually quite consistent as well. Let me see, that's 4. 5 is that one, and 6. Oh, is that one. Boris himself, he is struck by lightning yet again, the crowd going absolutely ballistic as it strikes straight down onto Boris, the ring itself shaking, but you being in the middle away from anything metallic saves you from any striking harm. You can even see the ladder behind, just behind Boris, even being a conductor for electricity, as it just shocks and seems to keep some of that electrified energy on it. As Boris is struck by that lightning, is holding on to the ring ropes, but does he still show signs of life? Let's find out. D20 number 1. Fail. D20 number 2. Fail.
Ooh, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll.
D20 number 3. One of the referees that's like stayed outside the ring whilst all this chaos has been happening, climbs in, sees Boris just holding onto the ring ropes but kind of being stuck there, as he just checks how Boris is doing, as he is just heavily charred after being struck by that lightning bolt. The referee like puts fingers against his throat in order to check like Boris's pulse or anything, as he just looks towards the bell guy, whips his hands towards it and just goes, "He's gone! Ring the bell! Ding 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 ding." Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new British Strong Style champion. He is Liam Cyber O'Reilly.
Now can Erg rush the ring?
Oh yeah, like the guards at this point have moved out of the way because they're like, "Yeah, you can go."
You just see the mountain charge the ring with a look in his eyes of just sheer delight because his friend survived.
Nice one.
And as Arg and everyone else is rushing to the ring, Liam is just going to hug every single one of you.
Aww.
I said, as he is
Come on,
a
Liam,
bit,
tap on Erg's shoulders.
he is a bit Chart. I
Get
said
up on Oak shoulders. Come on.
before I do, I'm actually Liam is going to say. I said I have seen death before, and I laugh at death once again.
And he ain't and he ain't gonna collect your soul anytime soon.
No.
Very nicely done. The referee climbs in with your very own United Kingdom Strong Style Championship belt. The belt itself has a beautiful centerpiece on it. The centerpiece being the map of the United Kingdom with a UK flag on top of the UK bit, as the side plates actually depict wrestlers suplexing each other on two of the side plates, and two of the other side plates are wrestlers being in a shoulder and elbow tie-up, depicting that this is a belt that has a proper good legacy behind it and some proper UK history behind it all as well. It is yours. You are the new United Kingdom Strong Style Champion.
Yes.
Get in.
You claim your championship. The audience are in awe, celebrating in joyous array as the referees and a bunch of EMTs are prying off the hands of Boris the Killer as they are taking their body, like covering it up and taking it round the back. But as all four of you... go ahead. Go ahead.
Before EMTs take him away, I'm just going to take my crowbar and just carve a huge F with a pentagram on his chest.
Ooh.
Oh.
Nicely done. You do that just to, like, leave your mark on him. Oh my god.
And after that, Liam is going to climb on Urk's shoulders and just holding up the belt like, I did it.
Nice.
Just stand right in the middle of the ring and spin you round so everyone can see.
Yeah.
And then throw you across the stage. I mean, what?
Oh, wow.
Just like, anyone want him? Anyone in the audience want him?
Very
At
nice.
that point, Liam is like, Ugh, this is not advisable at this time. I'm pretty badly hurt.
Okay, I don't want to hurt you anymore.
Oh man. It is at this moment in time where, as you guys are celebrating, all of a sudden all the lights just seem to cut out as the screen above the stage turns on and you see a silhouetted figure. It's hard to depict whether this figure is male or female, but it stands there. All you see of notice is that with the silhouetted figure completely blacked out, the only thing that is in colour and visible to any of you is what's in front of him. In front of him is a belt. A belt embroidered with diamonds around the very rim of the centre chest piece. The centre itself having a picture of the globe. And alongside the picture of the globe, on both ends, has a image of a figure holding up a belt on the actual belt itself. As you read on the banner, World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh.
The World Champion is on screen for everyone to see. As he appears on screen, or as she appears on screen, they are speaking as if their voice has been synthesized to cover up, whether they are male or female, to leave this whole idea that people haven't seen the World Champion in ages. A lot of people have forgotten what the World Champion even looks like. And now the World Champion is doing this. What the hell? As the World Champion just comes out towards you guys and says, in a synthesized voice, which sadly I won't be able to replicate during the stream, like, I would like to congratulate this group of wrestlers that are starting out in this wrestling world for their accomplishments thus far, taking on some of the greatest already and claiming 2 belts to own for their own. But it is with that I must make an announcement. As you are all aware, anyone who owns a championship has the chance to face me, the World Heavyweight Champion. As the World Heavyweight Champion, I have power over this world that some people don't believe, to the point where I have the power to change the rules of my own pleasing. It is at this moment in time that I am happy to announce that there is a change as to how champions can face me for my World Heavyweight belt. It's at this
Okay.
moment in time where you notice that Mike Knox is running down to the ring in order to watch this with you, as he is infuriated. Like, he was warned. He was warned by his boss, which, if you remember, is Sean Leafmeyer.
Oh, Leafmeyer.
That the champion could be announcing something completely crazy, and this is it. As the champion continues and says to everyone, in order to face me, any champion is not worthy enough. In order to claim this, the World Heavyweight Championship belt, you must be a world champion yourself. You must claim one of the many world belts, and if you do, your chance is made clear. Anyone below the World Championship level is nothing towards me and my dominance. How do you guys react to that?
I am actually. Liam is actually going to look towards Jaws, Mike Jaws, and is like, "Look what I just got."
Well, this is Mike Knox. So this is the...
Oh, Mike Knox.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is like the former champ that helps you guys in the beginning. You can still show him, and he's like, "Yeah, that's great, dude, but this is important."
Yeah, this is really important. Yeah.
As he's just still very mad, you see him clench a fist as he's still watching on. Erg, what do you think about this?
Just nudges one of them and goes, "How many world belts are there, and how do I get one?"
I could reveal that in a moment. Lavanya, how about yourself?
Like,
Also,
she
who is
doesn't.
this?
I mean, she doesn't seem too perturbed. At the same time, it's like, huh. Well, that's a twist in the story. Sort of thing.
Just looks confused to give a full answer.
Fair enough. And lastly, Bumper, how do you feel about this?
I don't know really, I've been too busy doing my nails.
Fair enough. As you
In
do.
or out of character?
Both, why not?
In character. Out of character, I've been falling asleep.
Bless you. Alrighty. So with that in mind, the world champion gets to the point of concluding their announcement by going, "I have made this announcement for many reasons. There are too many champions in this world, and so many of them are unworthy to face me and dethrone me as the head of this world, as your World Heavyweight Champion. If you wish to claim what you think is rightfully yours, you have to work harder than ever before. I look forward to seeing you try." And as you hear that, the screen just shuts off and the lights come back on. The announcement is over, and the audience is shocked. Like, Mike Knox at this moment in time looks back towards you guys. His first order of business, he actually extends a hand out to Liam, and in order to congratulate you properly.
Just gonna like duck down at this point.
Well, thank you. It was quite a fight.
It was
I
indeed,
almost
man.
lost.
It very much was. It's a very close bout. Well done. You deserve to wear that belt proud.
Yeah.
Now, with this announcement being made, I'm very sorry. It's now going to make your challenge to take out the world champion a little bit harder. I say a little bit because, there's a problem when facing the world champions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to lay this down with you. It's kind of a hard part. You see, in order to face any of the world champions, you have to be a champion already at any level.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lavanya, Liam, you're already covered. Erg,
Mm-hmm.
Bumper, we need to get you guys sorted before we're able to even take on those guys. Even then, there are an assortment of world champions out there from many different expertises. If we take
I'm
out...
going to cut in at this point.
Okay,
Just
go
ask,
on.
is there a belt for suplexing?
From what I'm not too sure of one, at least in the UK. Maybe the boss will know more. I'll make a call.
Thank you.
And with that being said, he then says, once you have your championship ready, or even if you don't have a championship, the only ways to challenge for one of the world championships is to either be directly challenged by a world champion themselves, whether you do or don't have a belt, or using your championship authority to face them for their championship. And this is when he looks at you, Lavanya,
Mm.
and just goes, because you've accepted that match against Mike Jaws and you set that in stone, you're already set for a world championship match. He's going to put his world hardcore championship on the line, and you're going to have to face him for that.
Well, I'm pretty much gonna take that right off his hands. Right off his jaws in his case.
Okay. Now, as for the other guys, I think the next best call is for us to try and find some other champions so that you guys can claim the belts and work your way up to the next level. Okay, I've got to make a few phone calls. This is absolutely crazy. We need to try and weigh up the next best plan from here. In the meantime, I suggest you guys get yourself back to the gym, celebrate a little bit, have some fun, just chill out. I'll be with you guys in the morning.
Alright, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, with that said, he would like to walk with you guys out of the ring towards the limousine, as that limousine is ready to take you back to the gym. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will be concluding tonight's episode of Ring Warriors.
Oh, man.
High octane, crazy
Thank
battle
you.
action.
That was insane.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know
was.
what I would have done if Liam died. I wouldn't know what to have done.
Yeah, no, I think Erg would have broken down and just been quiet for about 3 months and not said a single word. If we lost Liam, like he likes Liam, likes Liam because Liam is small and he is large, and he doesn't understand many people, but he understands Liam's fighting style, even if it is a little bit dirty.
Oh,
Oh, that's quite cute.
oh.
Was Liam only fought dirty because he had to in order
And that's
to
what
win.
he understood that.
This was understood by Erg.
Yes.
But
So-
he's not very smart, but he understands fighting. Fighting is his language too.
Very nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Ring Warriors. We will be back again, not next week, because next week I will be taking a break as I am going to Las Vegas, Nevada, in America.
Oh.
Wow!
Fancy stuff.
So,
Holiday time
now
for me and Dad. So that'll be
Sweet.
nice. So
that'll be amazing.
sadly, next week's episode will be will not be happening. But then we'll be back the week afterwards, hopefully if I'm not affected by jet lag, but keep an eye on the social media to check if I am or not. And see what will be happening next to the party. Where will they go? Who will they face? Whose championship belt will be on the line next? There's only one way to find out. That's to tune in next time for the great and grueling episode of Ring Warriors with me and the crew. If you want to keep in tabs with everything, be sure to check the social links down in the description below, or down in the little bits below if you're watching this on Mixer or Twitch, where you can click on there, join us here, there and everywhere on the Facebook, the Twitter, the Discord, you name it, and have some fun. If you want to follow and subscribe and all that fun stuff, that would be great. And also, anyone that has donated, sent in any Twitch subs or anything along those lines throughout these streams, you know by now, but I keep saying it just in case. Any and all of your support goes towards our two charities of choice that we support during these streams, being Diabetes UK and Cancer Research UK, two very great causes that we hope to wrestle to the ground. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be seeing you next time for some more Ring Warriors action. Until then, stay explosive. We'll be seeing you next time. Bye, everyone!
Bye.
Bye.